Hello, it's Dan Webster, the head professional at St Anne's Old Links Golf Club. Today, I'm not at the Old Links, I'm actually at this fantastic golf club, Panmure Golf Club, established in 1845, steeped in history, and literally Carnoustie is just over there. So I'm right next to where the Open is being held this week. But why am I here? It's a 4-hour drive to get here this morning. I've been invited by TaylorMade to come and play in a match. It's a VIP game. I'm very privileged to be invited, and I can't thank TaylorMade enough. There's 12 from one area, 12 from another, all pros. We're playing a match, there's prizes, there's going to be a bit of fun afterwards as well, I believe. But there's also something special going on here today at Panmure Golf Club. There's going to be a media launch. I've just had a little look around the back and it's all being set up, very impressive. A media launch for something very exciting TaylorMade are bringing to the market. Now, a good few years ago, your 3-iron used to be sort of 20 degrees aloft, and then your 3-wood 15 degrees aloft, and there was no gap there. Modern clubs now, we've got 3-irons have strengthened down to sort of 17, 18 degrees. Golfers are struggling to hit them. Driver, 3-wood, they're nice and strong, low spinning. And there seems to become a different set makeup in golf clubs. We know wedges are stronger, so we have gap wedges. TaylorMade brought out, a good few years ago, the rescue club. It was the mid rescue, and they brought a new category to the market, rescue clubs. Lots of manufacturers also did the same thing and followed suit. Apparently today is the launch of a new category. It's going to be the GAPR category, okay? You might have already seen Tiger using these in the open practice sessions. Quite a few tour players have already started using them. There's a GAPR Low, GAPR Mid, GAPR High, and I'm going to learn a little bit more about them today. I'm going to sneak into the media stuff, hopefully, and see what I can find out. There's also a very special treat. After the game, we're going to hopefully get a Q&A with Dustin Johnson, world number 1. I've actually brought a US Open bag with me to see if he might sign it, which will be nice as well. But like I say, an opportunity for me to maybe get a Q&A with Dustin. If I can get the camera in there, I will do. I'll take a few photos, but I'd like to maybe just get a little bit of him on camera if possible. But it's a big fuss today. It wasn't due to be launched currently, but I'm sure the things have been brought forward due to players using them in the Open. But a GAPR, I don't know much about it other than it could be an adjustable gap club that fits in between fairway woods and long irons, hence GAPR, GAPR. That's what I've seen already. Now, currently I'm using the TaylorMade 2 UDI, and I know they kind of phase that out. Maybe the GAPR is the reason why. So yeah, it should be quite an interesting day. I'm going to hopefully get as much of this on camera as I can. Meanwhile, Panmure Golf Club looks fantastic. I'll have a little putt on here. This green looks firm, fast, very much linksified again, as all links courses are at the moment. Look at that, that is keeping on going. Slightly downwind putt, and I hardly touched that. So as I look around, again, brown fairways, lots of rough. That should be interesting. I've brought plenty of golf balls with me. So another little putt. Yeah. Oh, look at that go. So yeah, it should be quite an interesting day. It all kicks off in about an hour or so's time. So we're meeting for a small presentation, then a bit of lunch, and out onto the golf course. So yeah, let's go along and let's have a little look around. Enough of the gratuitous drone footage. Yes, Dan, we know you've got a new toy. Okay, so yeah, it had already been a fantastic day as we were playing down the 17th hole in our match, which I hasten to add, we did win our game on the 17th. I managed to hold in the winning putt, but who was there to watch me hold the winning putt? Dustin Johnson, world #1. He was on the 18th tee doing a photo shoot for the media, all about the launch of the new product. And it was great to see Dustin cheering me on for that winning putt. Thank you for that. And might be able to do the same for you on Sunday, we'll see. But superb that Dustin stayed around and got involved. He did sign some pieces for us. He signed my limited edition US Open tour bag as a winner of the US Open. I mean, Dustin, to be fair, you signed it upside down, but anyway, it's still your signature. Thank you very much for that. But also, he had a bit of a chat with us about what he's been up to. Might be able to just catch a little glimpse of it here.
Tomorrow morning, and then Wednesday, Wednesday will be my day where I'll play probably 9 holes and then just do a little practice and kind of chill, rest up.
And the draw's just come out, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm at, I think, 104 with Charlie and Alex Noren. Charlie Hoffman and Alex Noren on first day. That's syrup, but it's not a whole lot of rough.
Yeah.
There's some spots that are not very good, but I feel like the course is playing really good.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
What do you think of when if the wind doesn't blow too much? Because I don't think it's meant to blow too hard this week.
Yeah, I mean, it just all depends on the wind.
Yeah.
If it's not very windy, I feel like you can shoot fairly low.
Yeah.
But if the wind picks up, it's going to be difficult.
So shortly after that, Dustin said his farewells, had to get back to work. He's got something on this week. We headed back into the clubhouse. Thankfully, we had with us David Silvers, the top man, the big boss for TaylorMade Golf in Europe. And along with him, the tech designer, the gentleman that brought GAPR to the market. And he had a few things to say. Just have a little look at this.
Just what's been going on over the way there, kind of behind closed doors, is a media launch to about 25 or 30 of the world's media about a new product that we are bringing to market. You've probably got a quick glimpse of it in DJ's bag, and you've probably seen it on Twitter in the last couple of days. The embargo lifts, I think, at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning on this product, so you'll see an awful lot more of it from tomorrow. But it just so happened I managed to grab a guy before he left to go back to his hotel. And that's Brian Basil here, who's our head of product creation in Carlsbad. And I thought it'd be very remiss of me not to come and let the man who actually creates the magic for TaylorMade to just come and give you 2 or 3 minutes before your dinner comes along, just to give you an insight into what the GAPR product is all about. So, Baz.
Yep, thank you. And thank you guys, like Doug said, for your business, patience, all that stuff. We really appreciate it. A lot of people excited over there, DJ included, about these 3 new products that we're coming out with. It's basically that gap in your bag between your shortest fairway wood and your longest playable iron. We ask all our customers, we look at the data, what's the longest playable iron in your bag? And it's usually not the longest iron in your bag. A lot of people have a 4-iron or a 3-iron that's just sitting there for looks, trying to punch out of trees or something like that. We look at all the data. People hit the 3, 4, 5-iron almost the same distance. They're high fairway wood, high left of fairway. It's kind of inconsistent. So we were looking for something that had control off the tee or off certain shots and gave players different options. It's basically been sort of a neglected piece of the pie, piece of your bag. 20 years ago we came out with the Rescue, kind of redefined the category. But really since then, all these hybrids have kind of been quite similar. So we took a lot of our innovations from our iron category and some from our metal wood and mixed it into a way that provided more options to more golfers in that gap. And so we're calling it GAPR. Pretty easy to understand, pretty easy to repeat. There's a GAPR High for a higher, softer flight. A GAPR Mid, more versatile, sort of that mid-flight, mid-launch. And a GAPR Low. This is more like your driving iron, utility iron, keeping it low and penetrating, which quite honestly, a lot of the tour players have already gravitated towards because of how we make them today. So I'll pass them around, show them to you, but 3 different shapes, all have loft sleeves. You can adjust the hosel, plus or minus 1.5 degrees. So really dial in your distance. And other than that, you've got the best face material possible, the face material we use in our fairway woods, and speed foam inside it. So you can make it thin but still feel great. So here's a quick peek. These have been hit a few times, but Essentially, you have a high, which is your largest footprint, made for all golfers, slightly higher flight, draw bias, drop crown, so it has kind of a top line. So it still kind of looks a little iron-ish, but probably the most hybrid looking product of the three. It has a very radius leading edge, so if you're hitting out a rough, trying to get the leading edge under the ball, this is the one you want. Okay, so I'll pass that around. And then the mid, we've never launched a product like this one. So it's kind of a wider sole, low low forward center of gravity, so really low CG, low profile, easy to get the ball up there, has a ton of speed to it as well. DJ actually, first time he hit this one today, and he took it with him. He might be taking his 3-wood out of play and put this in.
And he hit it about 5 times out of
Yeah, it doesn't take him very long to figure it out what's good and what's not. But nice high launch, great feel, easy to play, has adjustable hosel again. Fantastic look. So, sorry, I'll pass that one. And then finally the low. So this is your thinnest top line, thinnest sole, adjustable hosel again. Slightly lower launch, a little bit more spin than that mid, so it's a little bit more workable for that player looking for that. So a lot of guys have tested this over the last 2 weeks. Tiger this morning was hitting it again. So we expect a few of these to go into play, and we're excited by it. That Kbi Shot, that stock in there is a little bit more like an iron profile, a graphite. It's a little bit stiffer on the side, but then the softer flexes, we soften up the shaft as well. So lighter and softer as you get into the R flex and the A flex. I don't know what I'm talking about.
The thing with this is what we felt like. If you think about the rescue name, it was a product to rescue you, get you out of the rough. But the Gap now has become something different, and some people have got crossovers, UDIs, strong 3-irons, and we just think we've got the opportunity now to rename it, and it becomes known as the GAPR.
He's been testing the low the last few days. He hadn't hit the mid until just now, and he quite liked it. So
But he changes that end of the bag more than anywhere else, and he'll probably stick with a bladed 3-iron, right?
Yep.
Because it's so dry out. So he'll stick with his bladed 3-iron, but he might put that in bag instead of his 3-wood for this week. He did 2. Carry was 280. 310. It was right. It was nearly hitting the house out back here. Andrew, he wouldn't have wanted to see what he was doing. I think it was 282.
yeah, carry.
Any more questions and we'll lay down the dinner.
Your two pros have had that for
Just last week at the
Last week at your place.
it was actually quite a lot with them using that last week, even your non-TaylorMade players, which I think says an awful lot.
Agreed.
Including the Masters champion. So
Yes.
he's got in the bag and a few others there.
Said he loved it.
Thanks, Baz.
Wow, that has been an absolutely fantastic day here at Panmure Golf Club. I've had a chance to meet Dustin Johnson on the 18th tee, fantastic. He actually watched me hole the winning putt for our match on the 17th. I appreciate that, Dustin. I also then managed to smoke my 2-iron in front of him, which was good. Got a little ripple. That's not so bad, world number 1, appreciating my 2-iron. But more importantly, we've had a look at the new GAPR range. There's a GAPR Low, GAPR Mid, GAPR High. And really it's what's your GAPR, that's what TaylorMade are going to be focusing on. The product launches in the next few weeks. You will see players using it at the Open over the next few days. Official media launch is tomorrow, Tuesday. I'm not sure when you'll be watching this. So make sure you do look out for them over the next few days. I'll certainly be watching. Dustin mentioned he was going to put the 3 mid in his bag. He was hitting the 2 low, but he's going for 3 mid apparently, so keep your eyes out for that. He's going to use his 3-iron standard, but also have a 3 mid in there. Interesting chat with Dustin. He was asked about his favourite whiskey, if it was a malt or not. He said Grey Goose. Now I don't think he got the question, to be fair, but he chose Grey Goose. That's a vodka, we know that. Dustin was also asked what his favourite course was in Scotland. He said St Andrews. Didn't go down so well there. We've got the head pro from Gullum with us, but yeah, he just says it as it is. Dustin's a cool guy. World number 1, spent a bit of time with us. Really, really fortunate to see that today. The golf course itself was presented fantastically well. Team Lockie, which I was in, Alan Lockhart's team, we won the match, so we've won some nice prizes. Won a dozen TP5 balls and a Spider cap. So comment on this video and I'll give somebody a dozen TP5X balls and somebody else the Spider cap. All you got to do is like the video and make a comment. Make sure you're a subscriber as well, and could be a prize on its way to you. This course was built in 1845 and what a test it was. Today the greens were firm and fast. If you get a chance to come and play here, you must do. Literally Carnoustie is just next door, and as I'm driving home this evening I'll be passing the course, seeing all the TV towers. It's been fantastic, really enjoyed it. Had a great chance to see some new product, meet Dustin Johnson. He did sign my US Open limited edition bag as well. Chuffed to bits with that. But anyway, I better get back in the car and head back down to Lytham. Thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, like, share, subscribe. It's been ace. Panmure Golf Club.